Hello. Hello all. Ooh, I didn't make my tea correctly this time. Hello, respects Fox Gaming, and... Oh, hello. How do I pronounce your name again? I completely forgot. But hello. Long time no see. And hello, PDX Aviation. Or Portland Aviation. Hi, Bonnie. That's a fair reason to unsub. That is right. Alright, well, as you guys may have been able to tell, we're going to be using this thing for our trip to Kai-Tak. Looks about right. And I thought I saved with my engines off. Somehow that was not saved. I don't know what happened. Oh well, whatever. Oh, Fatama? Okay, there we go. Thanks. I was wondering how to pronounce it all the time, but I guess I just never figured out by myself. Oh, why can I not zoom out? Yeah, whatever. FYI, this plane was actually repainted by me. I actually painted this whole thing like about 10 years ago. Still works to this day. Hello, DCR over here. Faye, yeah, I think that's the one that I've heard before. And I like that. Short and simple. By the way, my full name is technically supposed to be Jonathan, but I just go with John. It's a lot simpler for people. One other thing I want to point out about this plane, you're going to see the wings bouncing around quite a lot, because this is actually the Project Open Sky 747. And like, if those who fly the Project Open Sky 747 knows that the wing flex is a little bit off. The original wing flex does not flex quite enough. So what I did was actually amplify the wing flex by 3 times. And now it flexes enough, but at the same time that means we're gonna see the wing bounce up and down, even if like the wind's down to like 5 knots. When we're taxiing along the taxiway about 30 knots, it'll probably look like we're flying. So we're just gonna avoid looking at that, do our flaps out, and just start taxiing. Because of that, I think we're gonna be spending most of our time in the cockpit. The stream didn't start on your end. We're going to do 20 degrees of flaps, because apparently that's what Cathay Pacific does. There's usually like some debate about whether to do 10 degrees of flaps or 20. And Cathay just does 20. Flutter, yes. It definitely needs some more uranium on the wingtips. Freeware with wing flex. I think their newer planes, like their 777s and even the TDS 737, their flexes are more realistic. But the 747-400 was one of their earlier models that they made. The wing flex isn't all of that entirely realistic. Oh well. Can't ask too much from freeware people. So by the way, guys, today I think I'm going to do something a little bit different. We're departing from Taipei Taoyuan Airport, by the way, to Kai Tak. And once we actually land at Kai Tak, I think we're actually just going to do a few circuits instead of flying to another airport. Since this is supposed to be just a video for Kai Tak, really. And I figured, why not just spend the entire day at Kai Tak this time? Whoops. Weird flex, but okay. That is exactly the right thing to say. Here's a question for you guys. Is it cheating for me to go to the exterior view when I'm taxiing? I'd be curious. Because I noticed that most people who fly, like, they don't go to the exterior view. They rely on their cockpit. Once again, speaking of taxiing, of course, because flying from the exterior view, that's a no-no. Project Tupolev, yes, I've seen some of what they do, and it's incredible. I thought about downloading that as well, some of their stuff. Maybe once we get closer to Moscow, we might get a Tupolev. I think there's no planes in sight, so we're just gonna go for it. Okay, let me figure out where we're going first. Probably should have figured that out before taxiing, but whatever. Pretty much flying straight out. Okay, a little bit of a left turn. And we are climbing to, I think, 40,000. We're pretty light on fuel, so we can just climb as we wish. Airspeed, reduce it back to 250 knots. And we're really going to have to do a derated takeoff because there's barely any fuel in this plane. Let me just check on that real quick. Yeah, 73% on the left and right. Everything else is 0. Alright, here we go. V1 should be around here somewhere. Okay. Oh, he even has a ding for the landing gear. I didn't realize that. But yes, it really does sound nice. Not so much from the outside. It's actually supposed to have a nice ground to it. but I actually removed that because it was actually the buzz. Actually, it was supposed to be what it was supposed to be called. The buzz was still activating even at idle, which makes the plane sound really, really weird. So I just removed it, which is a shame because the buzz actually sounds really good at high thrust. Yeah, I didn't follow departure procedures. I'm just gonna go right for the proper heading. Oops, not that much. 5 degrees, please. And I think I can engage the altitude, engage the autopilot. Sorry. Is a plane, not a bee? Yes. That is some weird Doppler effect. There is something buggy about this sound. I don't know. That's a shame. Set that all throttle on. Oh wow, that throttle is not closing fast enough. Oh, whoops, wrong thing. I just realized I have not figured out how the autopilot works for this yet. I think I need to click something in the cockpit, if I remember correctly. Do this again. It's been a few years since I've done this. You need to have breakfast. You just woke up. Same. All right, enjoy your breakfast just for now. Biscuits and gravies. That's always a solid. Was that the same thing that you had last time? Hello. Oh, I do not know how to speak in Cyrillic. So, hello anyways. Weight and crosswheel. Oops. Let's crank up the speed to 270, 280. How about that? Oh, that is the wrong thing. Yeah, I guess I should put how do I fly this thing in the title again. Rather, how does the autopilot work? Huh. I'll probably eat some peanut butter. I see. Nice. What? Learn Croatian. Or, sorry. Yes, learn Croatian, but not Cyrillic. Hello, Siren Head. Wait, so going back, I missed a whole bunch of comments, but going back to, like, Project Tupolev, they're making, like, Yoshin planes too, right? Because I think I've seen, like, some IL-86s and whatnot. And that's pretty cool. Quite realistic as well. And from what I heard, like, they actually replicated, like, some of the issues with the IL-86. Everything trains in aviation. Hello. What's up? And Anthony Wynn. Hello. Maybe I should try and figure out how to actually lock on to the lock on to my course. Well, we're flying the right direction, but for some reason it's not locking on correctly. Maybe I should just have a heading hold, because it's just a straight line that we're going to. Was it 248? Yeah, do that. Okay, so it's going to be about an hour before we actually land at Kaitak. And that time, I don't know, talk about something interesting. Maybe we will. Or just talk about each other's personal lives. That'll work. Oh, your BF's on Twitch. Or YouTube, Twitch, and TikTok. Nice. Hopefully they get that TikTok deal straightened out before they get banned from the US. Last I heard, they were talking about like selling it to Microsoft. And now I think TikTok is just suing the US government now. Crack another how was your day? I need to think of a slightly more interesting opening. No, I don't need to do that. Being boring isn't my thing. Oh, I think our heading's a little off. Do we have the fasten seatbelt sign on? No, I don't think the button even works. No, whatever. There we go. Let's turn this into lock spot so that the camera's not all wobbly. Actually, I'll move to that view a little bit later. I still need to look at how this airplane is ascending. You know what, let's climb a little faster. I still see we're only at 82% N1. We can do a little better. Or rather, the engines can do a little better. Boringly interesting, that's right. Kind of like James May, right? I hope people understood that reference. The only thing I'm really missing like, is just complete 100% philosophizing. Oh, wow. Hold on. I don't think my airspeed is catching up to this. Okay, let me put the vertical speed back down, 2,000. So where are all these buttons? Master switch, master... They're all just master switches right here. 3 in a row. And then, of course, the autopilot disengage button is right over there. Okay, the engines are working really hard now. Even though I cranked the vertical speed back down to 2,000. That's weird. Maybe once it gets back up to 280 knots, it'll go back down to 80% N1. That's my guess. Hello. Hello from America. Welcome. Do a butter. So here's the thing. The first time around, I do not think that would be possible. But maybe the second time around, I might actually mess around with the wind settings. Then we might actually get a butter. First time around, I think I'm just gonna plop it down. But just stick around. No problem. Hello, Aviation Channel. Hello, as usual. Welcome. How was your day? I have nothing to do, so I'm just like opening and closing my tea bottle. That is right. We're finally in our 744. And with the cucumber livery, of course. Fit the deal. Fit the bill, rather. That's the right phrase that we're looking for. Hello, hello, hello. We're Vietnamese. That's right. Hello. I am Hong Kong Chinese, basically. I was born and raised in America, but my parents are from the Hong Kong region. Queen of the skies, and shall forever be the queen until somebody builds a successful quad jet, which I don't see that happening anytime soon. Maybe electric planes will have a successful quad jet iteration, but not as 747s or anything else. The quad jets are probably at the end of their line. And hello, Epic Chicken. Ploppy butter. That's right. That is exactly what we're gonna do. So we're just gonna splat like right on the table, right on the bread, in that manner, with that sound, and with the same explosive combination. Your day is good, Aviation Channel. My day is good too. We just started, but it's good so far. Whoa, what are you trying to show to me, Faye? Yeah, there you go. I do look like I'm Asian. Oh, whoa, what the heck? Why is my heading gone off? Facing some really stiff winds. I didn't put any winds aloft, so I don't know why it's doing that. Hello, Portland Aviation. Or sorry, hello back. I'm dead. Had to do that. Who likes planes? I absolutely hate planes. That's why I'm flying one right now. Yeah, we all love planes, don't we? And for people who don't realize it. Some people just love looking at them, going to the airport and just staring at them all day. Not like me. Oh, Aviation Awesomeness channel, yes. You did message me about a shout out, and here's a shout out to you. That is right. And thank you for joining our monumental stream, I guess, of sorts. We're just flying to Kai Tak. It's not really that special or something. Oh, yeah. A lot of retired people, but none of them work. Sounds about right. We are gonna be at Kai Tak maybe about an hour or so. How far away are we now? Let me take a look. Yeah, 45 minutes. 45 minutes and then we'll actually be like on the approach. Not too far from now. But yeah, that was about an hour because we started... Oh, actually no, we started half an hour ago. And then we'll just do some circuits at Kai Tak because I don't feel like flying to anywhere else for a Kai Tak stream. Yeah, I was just gonna say that your statement is factually correct. Where do I plane spot? I plane spot on Marine Drive. You guys know where that is? That is like a bike path that's to the north of the airport. Offers some really good views of 10 left. I highly recommend to anyone who doesn't mind walking 3 miles round trip. 3 miles to the nearest parking lot. Or biking. It is a bike path, of course, I guess. Oh, there you go. Perfect timing. It is time. We are at like 10 a.m. local time now. Almost 10 a.m. 9:58. Oh, thank you. Play music video, that's where it's at. That is the thing that blew up on me. Okay, let's turn this over to Mach, because I think the plane's having some issues. And what's the cruise speed of a 747? I probably should have figured this out beforehand. No, I just thought I would remember this stuff. But I don't. This was my go-to plane to, like, this is the thing I flew most often the last time I was actually doing flight sim. Or what am I talking about? Like, this is my go-to plane that I used to go to. But then, after I stopped FS for a while, I kind of forgot everything about this. And then start flying for live streams with different planes. And it's only now that I finally got back to this thing. So let's take a look. Yeah, Mach 0.85. I mean, we're kind of right there. There we go. I just noticed we're having some like wingtip, whatever you call that thing, vortices. I'm not sure it's supposed to be turned on. I don't think it's supposed to look like that. Oh well, whatever. When wingtip vortices occur, that means like the plane is facing like a critical angle or something. Or approaching critical angle of attack. And I don't think we're anywhere close to that. Yeah, we're only at 4.2 degrees, 4.3 degrees angle of attack. Oh crap, I missed all the comments. Whoops. Yes, that's right. Marine Drive is sometimes nice for 2-8 right departures as well. Good to see flybys. Hello. Oh, hello, Gemini Jets. Welcome. Maybe going to 20 on the 29th. Going to PDX on the 29th. Nice. Hopefully there's more planes by then. That'll be cool. I haven't been back to spotting for a very long time now. I may want to do that eventually. Nice. Get that camcorder, or your DSLR, or whatever you use. I use a camcorder, but lately I've tried to use more of my DSLR. Yeah, I know, I'm stuck at 0.84. What a disappointment. This is not a true 747 cruising experience without 0.85. Actually, no, I think I can do 0.85. Yeah, there you go. Cool. Okay, well, now we're at cruising altitude. I hope you guys can enjoy some of that dim sum. Even though the plane's... I think the plane's pitch system is a little bit off. You can see it bouncing up and down a little. Pitching up and down. That's fine. The people near the mid-plane would have no problems. For everyone else, slightly. Especially for the first class and the last row. Oh crap, I missed a whole bunch of comments again. I'm still trying to read. You want a camcorder so bad. That would be nice. There's a bunch of cheap ones on Amazon now. You might have a good shot at that. And I'm not saying like here's my idea. I'm planning to get a new camcorder at some point, and I want to buy a cheap one, like a cheap used one. Because I don't want to spend $700 on a new thing. I just don't like spending money in general, as you guys may have known. The only thing I spent, like for example, everybody like spends hundreds of dollars on sceneries and add-ons for a flight sim, but I never did any of that. The only thing I ever bought was this Kaitac scenery for $30. And I think that's all I'm spending just for now. Was my favorite plane is the 777. 777, either the 300ER or the 200LR. They're not exactly doing the finest at the moment. And depending on how Boeing does with their new planes, I might like the Dash 9 and the Dash 8. We'll see about that. Hi. Going AFK for a snack, no problem. See you around. It's gonna be about half an hour before we actually land. Used to take Marine Drive every day to work. That must be a sight. It's always nice. Kind of like I always drive on the Glen Jackson Bridge up and down, like from when I'm going to Portland. I don't pay attention to the road when I'm crossing that bridge. I look at the planes instead. Looks like you're about to enter PRC airspace. Yes, that's right. Are we actually going to enter that? I'm curious. Oh yeah, I think we are. Yeah, we are. I probably should have taken note about that. Oh well. It also is time to start speaking Mandarin. FYI, the default wing flex on this model should not actually flex that much. I actually modified the model itself to actually do this. Panel.cfg to be exact. Has some weird Doppler effect, but you know. Next plane, you're late. No worries. I was late by a minute. Starting the stream. Flight level 400 is 12,000 meters. I see. It doesn't directly translate to that, right? No, because it has probably like 12,000 something meters. But I got a question. When people translate it over to 12,000 meters, do they then actually have to adjust exactly to 12,000? Like, would they actually have to descend like 5 feet? How much is 40,000 feet to meters? 12,192 meters. So does that mean I have to descend 192 meters to meet up with the proper altitude? I'd be curious. Oh, I see. So Faye, you've been working with Amazon, I guess. Sorry, that was a massive burst of noise. Yeah, Amazon's warehouses aren't known to be the most humane, to put it lightly. They've been getting quite a bit of flack from what they do, for many reasons. There was like a documentary about Frontline about Amazon's warehouses not too long ago. I encourage everybody to watch that. Actually, I just encourage everyone to watch Frontline once in a while. See what kind of sad news is going on and how the world's going to fall apart. If you're having a really good day and want to kind of tone it down a little bit, watch a Frontline documentary. That'll tone stuff down a bit. Oh yeah. So basically, once everybody flies into Chinese airspace, everybody's gonna be off by like a few hundred feet. That's interesting. I guess they just round to the nearest 1,000. Right? That would probably make the most sense. You're watching and cooking the egg. Just watch out for your egg. I do not want to be responsible for a kitchen fire. Not that eggs are that combustible, but one way or the other. Lots of heat and energy in one place. It spelled disaster. Just like this plane. How far away are we now? Yeah, we're about half an hour away. Although I said that like a few minutes ago. Oh well. Actually, I forgot to look how many nautical miles. 234. That's fine. Where am I flying to? I'm flying to Kai Tak. Hong Kong, by the way. Just the old airport. Funny thing is, when I flew in China, Watson, it gave me a descent rate in feet per minute. Uh-oh. That's illegal. Somebody's gonna end up in the concentration camp. No, not really. Probably their social credit score just decreased by 100 or something. Yeah. Oh yeah, we know Plains Guy. He's a pretty big figure at PDX. Does a lot of PDX videos. The aviation community in Portland is, if not close, like we at least know each other. We all sort of know each other. Because we're not a really big airport, and we're not the biggest city in the world. So whoever's going to spot, like, we're going to see each other pretty often. Ronald Dump, yes. Let's keep his name slightly anonymous, just so that the FBI doesn't storm the door. So you know what happens in Portland. And always go around, yes. Except that one time when I forgot who made that rule that I can only go around one time per airport. That's right, posting Imperial units minus social credit score. I don't really know people online. I'm half and half for me. Like, I know some people in real life and some people only online. It's a combination. I think, like, I'm probably going to run into you at some point, I would imagine, because you go to the airport relatively often, and so does H2O Aviation, which I don't think I've run into in person yet, but I'm pretty sure I will at some point. Because I think he also does Marine Drive plane spotting, and yeah, that's my go-to place, so I'll probably soon. Once again, it's a pretty small community, so we're all gonna run into each other at some point, even if we don't try, I guess. But it's good to see new people. There you go. Yeah, Faye lives an hour away, and she's still part of the PDX family. I don't want to say PDX Aviation family because then that gives me too much credit, and I don't think I take that much credit. Oh no, there's always younger PDX fans out there. There's always. Even though my statistics show that, like, most of my viewers are probably like around 30 or 40-ish, but I'm pretty sure those are just fudge numbers. Nice. Yeah, I know, like, Portland, you've run into H2O before. Yeah, that time you're filming the A350, and I think a few other times as well. I think you mentioned or something. But I've been away from spotting for a while, so any guy that comes along, like, in that time, I probably haven't seen them yet. What happened? Somebody's saying rip. I'm scared. Did something break? Where are we now? "23 minutes away from our arrival." You've been a fan of me since 9. Wow. That's actually quite heartwarming. I think like probably a lot of people might have started about that age as well. Wait, hold on. You're a fan since 9, and you're like what, 17 now? So we've been around for a very long time. I don't think a lot of people have been here that long. Oopsie, I'm deviating from my course. I should probably fix it. I definitely got descend right now. I'm still 180. Oh, okay, fine, whatever. Maybe I should. Let's just descend down to 30,000 for now. Or however meters. How many meters that may be. I'm gonna tune my speed down to 260. Vertical speed set to about 1500. I hope you guys finish your dim sum, because we're gonna have to do trade tables up pretty quickly. Where is Hong Kong? Oh, it's all the way out here. Okay. Actually, you know what? We'll keep that 260 for now. I think we're fine. I missed some comments again. Nice, 10 years old and already plane spotting. I did not actually plane spot until I was much older. I think it was about 18 or 19 that I started spotting. I started pretty late in the game, really, because I needed to get my driver's license first. Wow, this thing got really quiet once started descending. That's weird. I also want to note that the vortices are gone, so that's good. Vortices are the stuff on a wingtip, in case you guys are wondering. Ugh. Oh yeah, that's fine. Still cruising at right above your airport. At least you didn't overshoot it. Like, actually properly overshoot it, like a few cases in real life. I think it was like Northwest or somebody who like overshot their airport by 150 miles or something. In real life. That's a problem. How old am I? Right now I think 27. I'm actually quite old for the way I look. And sometimes the way I act. Oh, nobody ate my dim sum. You just, so Faye just had pretzels, garbage bag full of pretzels, which is fine. I'm just curious how you got that through security. The creeper. Oh, are you talking about the? No, that just occurred to me that we can call this the creeper livery as well if we want. Oh no, our contrails that come back. Or sorry, the vortices came back. That's weird. Yeesh. Okay, let's descend down even further. Actually, you know what? Let's keep it at 30,000 for now, because I think we're still very far away, very far off. Hong Kong's right over there, where my cursor is. Still look like you're 10. You see, the great thing about looking young is, well, I guess looking young. That's the only thing. There is an issue of people taking me seriously, though. That is an issue. Other than that, it can be pro. Usually it's pro. Land, we will, in about 20 minutes. Yes, I believe it's 20. Yep, 20. Exactly, spot on. Gameplay videos mostly It's about aviation. Nice, solid. Gemini jets. Yeah, you plain spot. I've like you've had more DG videos popping up. And for Portland, yeah, I can kind of see why everybody thinks you're older. I mean, you are relatively tall, right? Kind of a tall guy. I can't really tell because I think I've seen you in real life, but I may have forgotten at some point. But I think just seeing from like your live streams, like you seem like you can be a pretty tall guy. I'm not sure if people are able to tell that I'm kind of short just from my live streams, but maybe. Wait, you're only 16? I thought you were 17. Bruh. Yeah, you're 6 feet. Yeah, that's tall. Oh no, I'm getting slammed by some crosswind. You sound like you're 35. I mean, I can see that. You do have a soothing tone the last time I recalled. Oh, you're pretty close to 17, I see. There we go. So I'm not entirely wrong. Okay, now everybody's just showing their age to strangers on the internet. I guess that's not very important information. Some are 14, 19. Hello, Aviation Channel. Welcome back. Forever alone? No. You have us. You are not alone. So, should I keep descending now? I think we are, okay, we're 17 minutes away. Yeah, we probably should. Let's descend down to 5,000, because I think that's actually when I intercept the glide slope. Oh no, the scenery just went to crap. Come on, regenerate. Let's ignore that for now. Oh no, what happened? I think we crashed. No? The scenery is just not generating. That's an issue. It's generating all the way out there at Hong Kong though. That's interesting. Okay, let's just move this up to here. How about that? Would that be a crash for flight sim? Should we up that to 3.5 now from 3? Aye. 1 + 1 = 11. Yeah, we're just gonna like keep our cameras up here. Just for now. Just don't mind the fact that everything broke underneath. There's also Yeah, it's having some really serious texture issues now. Which is great, because I cannot read any of the buttons now. Okay, you know what? Let me try and save my flight. And... something's restarting. Oh, okay. I think that did something. Almost? No. Come on. Save flight. Moscow 2. Maybe they'll regenerate if I, like, log out just for a little bit and then... Please work. There we go. That worked. That worked like a charm. Oh, by the way, I think my computer beeped again. That means it's overheating. But it's beeping far less, because I actually changed the CPU temperature warning from 80 degrees Celsius to like 90. So every time it beeps now, it means it's about to blow up. Oh no, don't really. I guess I just can't change my Yep, everything's breaking. Okay. That's fun. I guess I'll just have to keep my view in the cockpit now, because I wouldn't be able to switch out of it after. Yeah, I think that calls for an FSX crash. Let me fix some stuff real quick. If it actually crashes legit now, I'm gonna up that to 4 crashes in total. Right now it's 3.5. It may be like the whatchamacallit, the scenery that's messing it up, because it's trying to load in Hong Kong itself, but everything else seems broken. No, oh yeah, this isn't actually Steam Edition. I said online incorrectly. Once I land, I should just restart. Probably best idea. I'll just like restart it and then yeah, restart it and go from there. Yes, no? Oh, hello from India. Nice. I'm from Portland. Welcome. Wait, isn't that's nighttime over there though? It's like dead night. It's like something AM from what I know. My computer is overheating slightly. Slight overheating. Just 90 degrees Celsius, just slightly below boiling temperature of water. That's completely fine. So, yeah, is my Discord saying it's Steam? Yeah, maybe. It is definitely not Steam though, that is correct. I actually downloaded hard copy. Hot air balloon at 90 degrees Celsius, 400 knots. I think I've slightly seen that video. I've at least seen the thumbnail of it. You hear dishes, yeah, that's there's some breakfast going on in the background. And some dishwashing as well. That's fine. Greetings from UK, greetings from Portland. Hello. Hello, Hydra. 1, 2. I'm not understanding these random numbers popping up. What's going on? I'm scared. Okay. So I just kind of need to remember like how to actually approach Kitech. Because once again, in theory I've done this many times, but it's been a while. I've done like the checkerboard approach many times, like actually recently as well, but not the actual like proper approach. Alibi. That's the newest one, and I have to think about another one soon. I think I've just like hit like a slight creatively break wall, because I have music that I can technically use for another music video, but I don't know exactly how to make it like different enough from what I already have. And I kind of want the next one to be slightly different. That may or may not happen. Don't take my word for it. But hopefully it'll be different. And maybe by then I'll have some new footage that I can use. I was the PDX HD-ish plane spotting. Yes. Not Portland Aviation HD-ish, although I'm not, maybe he, well, now that like I took out HD-ish, maybe Portland you can have it. You can trademark it if you like. Yeah, I'm actually wondering like what my temperature is like for my CPU. Should probably check that. No, I'll do that later. Yes, that is an issue. There is no Kitech in FS 2020. So we're gonna do 2020 soon. It's gonna be after this thing. It's gonna have to be. That may or may not happen. I'll see. I know everybody's gone crazy about this 2020 thing, so I may have to step in pretty soon. Aha, that's right. The real originals remember my original name. Bye bye Gibba. And I think my URL is still that. Like on YouTube. If you search up youtube.com/bye bye Gibba, you'll get there. What does Kitech look like in 2020? I do not know. I think Portland Aviation can fill in that for you. He's mentioned something about what it looks like, and I think it looks like what it is in real life, which is like a peninsula without a runway. But with no cruise ship terminal. The real one has a cruise ship terminal on it now, but that cannot be seen in flights in 2020. Hello. Hello from Uzbekistan. Hello. I wish I could pronounce your name. Hello from Portland. Welcome. What camera do I use? I use a CX-130. It's a pretty old camera though, so I wouldn't recommend buying it. It's also gotten so old that I think some of the footage has gone fuzzy. How far away are we now? We're 60 nautical miles away now. Let's hold off on the altitude descent for now, and actually, yeah, let's just slow down the descent. How about that? Hong Kong should be popping up pretty soon. It's about that time. For a while, I thought this island was actually Hong Kong, but I think it's in the clouds. We're close though. 63 nautical miles is pretty close. Just land a Cub or Cessna Kai-Tak 2020. Yeah. The real life Kai-Tak was for a while used as a site for RC planes. So technically the last planes to use Kai-Tak were actually like RC planes and drones, naturally. And before after Kai-Tak closed, like there was an aviation club at Kai-Tak that wanted to use that runway one more time, just so that they can get some of their planes out of Kai-Tak. I don't think that ever happened. They wanted to keep like part of the runway open, but obviously like that can't really happen. You can't really operate two massive airports at that close of a proximity. It's understandable. Hold on, so what does it actually look like at Kai-Tak? Like in FS 2020, is there even a runway? Like, is there even a paved surface? Yeah, I'm sure Fly Tampa is on, like, they're on it. They're probably doing a add-on to 2020 at some point. .47 nautical miles. There might be sections of it, I see. To be fair, there's like sections of the runway to this day. Like, I think maybe about 2,000 feet of it is still there, being used as like parking lots and like movie sets. Okay, I think we descended a little too early. That's alright. We'll just take a little more time. We have plenty of time. People allowed to go in the PDX tower? Not us, at least. I don't think we can. Well, we see Hong Kong now. That's cool. I'm gonna turn off... Well, I'm just gonna change my heading, actually, so that I do not fly over Hong Kong Island itself. 235, that should be good. Now hopefully this course would put us over Chengzhou, which is exactly where we need to be. Oh, is Hong Kong? I think Hong Kong's still all the way out there. Whoops. Oh. It'll take a little bit of time. That's alright. Do a butter. I will try. I don't think it will happen, but I will try to some degree. I'm sorry this couldn't be a little bit more interesting because I can't switch the I can't switch the view. I'm afraid this thing's gonna crash otherwise. This is a default 747 panel in here, by the way, in case you're wondering. Yeah, so direct to Chengzhou, and then after that, like, we'll overfly Lantou Island, over where would be the new airport, turning right until we intercept the localizer. What's my favorite plane? 777. Or unless you're asking other people, that's fine. Where are we at? Actually, you know what? I think let's just go back to a proper course. We're just gonna overfly like Kai-Tak itself at 5,000 feet. That should be plenty. And then that should get us over to Chengzhou. Hola. Hello. Your personal favorite is the 747-400. Nice. Not too far from the future, you can probably buy your own, given that they're being decommissioned. Oh, you have a favorite modern plane, I see, A350. Running on Orbix scenery mods? No, this is just default. Everything's default except for the Kai-Tak scenery. So it must be awesome that you caught the A350 that one time then. I guess it'll be awesome for anyone. Awesome for anyone. Okay, this better be Hong Kong that's coming up. I'm gonna blow ship otherwise. 23 nautical miles. You know something? I think I forgot to search up what the IGS approach frequency for this thing. I think it's 111.9er if I remember correctly. Yep, 111.9er. Oh, I'll dial that in when that happens. That time catching the A350. Oh yeah, probably. It probably was the best experience. Like, best experience for anyone really. To be able to like see that in person. I'd say that would be like more of a better catch than like a 777, which is my favorite plane, by the way. I've also caught a 777 on 10 left before. I think it was a Delta 777-200 LR. That one time when they had the equipment change from Narita. That was probably the best experience I've had. Oh, hey, Paul. Long time no see. Yeah, how have things been? There you go. Just the IKEA sign shows how close you are to TDX. That IKEA sign is like a defining icon for everybody approaching. I love IKEA. Delta 777. Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, they don't quite exist anymore, do they? Uh-oh, my plane intercepted something. Let me take a look. I don't think I put in the IGS yet, so it shouldn't have intercepted anything. No, I'll just put it in right now. Yeah, I didn't set anything that the plane should really pick up. Wait, 1.9er. That's right. That will be our frequency. Put that in for now. Oh crap, I moved the and oh, okay, cool. Didn't break this time. That's good. Very finicky today. Hey, and now we all get to see that Fly Tampa scenery up in the distance. And there's Kai Tak way down there. Beautiful. All right. Oh, it just left? Oh, okay. I thought it left yesterday, but I guess maybe not. But yes, I heard a lot of people were trying to get that 777 a few days ago. And I think I mentioned to Portland, but I was quite surprised that it used 28 right. Apparently an A300 got in the way. I wasn't out there though. I think I had work. I had stuff to do in the office, or virtual office. Oh, also another thing. What didn't the south runway close like yesterday at some point? Everybody had to be rushed over to the north side. Sweet. I heard it was a military charter. The United 777. Hello. Santa, John Paul, hello. Okay, we're about to fly over Hotel. Exactly where we want to be. Turn our heading over to like 240. Finish up the rest of my tea. But we're getting close. We're getting really close now. We're basically approaching, doing our proper approach now. Whatever you call it. I forgot what that approach is called. Is it just... Yeah, I guess it's just IGS for runway 13. 13. You spawn all sorts of places. From what I know, you do like cell phone lot, parking garage, and Marine Drive, right? Oh, yeah, there we go. Airport Hotel, yes, the Hampton. I got shooed away from Hampton, so I never really went back after that. I went back like a few times just to meet people and whatnot. But I haven't been back legit. Let me actually try to follow the proper approach for Kai Tak. So once I'm over Turntail, and fun fact is that it does not show up on my radar. Oh yeah, there it is. Never mind. There it is. There's Turntail right there. And now I need to turn over to a course of 270. Ooh, that's a really big bank angle. Oh right, it was H2O that did cell phone. Yeah, now I remember. Kinda get mixed up nowadays. Everybody's filming everywhere. Or like when I'm doing stuff with the south runway, I usually go to the cell phone lot now. Cell phone lot or Marine Drive, since can't really film much from the parking garage, you know. That's alright. I mean, stuff change. Alright, that's the last of my tea. I need to switch to my water. Okay, so what heading do I need to turn over to now? Oh, that's great, it's all blurry. Okay. Oops, I think I overshot it slightly. Turn over to, I think it's about 020 roughly. Maybe it's 030. I wish the parking garage was still a lot more usable. See, that's why we need to ban the south runway. I think Portland could survive with just a north runway and the crosswind. I think it can. We shall make a petition about that. Getting 100,000 signatures, that shouldn't be too difficult. Oh yeah, we're gonna have to hope that they're gonna allow us into the new parking structure. There we go, make some connections. Alright. Hey look, there's a new airport. Isn't that beautiful? I should probably not fly at 250 knots, by the way, I just realized. Spoilers. Was it 30%? Yes. And I'm actually going to just turn off autopilot now. Because we're about to intercept the light slope. And the localizer. Flaps 1. And have your seatbelts on, because this is going to be a very rough approach. Whoops, gaining altitude. Okay, I'm probably gonna have to keep my mouth shut now, since I need to concentrate. But we'll be down pretty soon, assuming I don't go around. Reminder that we are facing like 20 knots of wind shear, and it is in wind shear conditions. 30 knots gusting, that's on top of 10 knots of like regular wind, I guess. I probably should have trimmed the plane a little better. I couldn't really adjust the trim in here though. Let me adjust the trim in here. Three degrees nose up should be good enough. Okay, so one last thing before we actually like really concentrate on the approach. I'm gonna approach Cathay style. What that means is that I'm gonna be flying to the left of the localizer. Apparently that's the thing that Cathay pilots tend to do. If you're a foreigner airline pilot, may not exactly know about this trick, so foreigners usually just
2500.
They usually just fly down the straight and true down through the localizer. But Cathay pilots during like VFR-ish conditions like this, they fly to the left of the localizer. That'll give us a little bit more room when we're actually turning.
$2,500.
Okay, we're descending like crazy, but we kind of need to do that if we need to get back on the glide slope. Okay, we're maybe not that far off the to the left of the localizer. And then 30 degrees of flaps. I already see the checkerboard though, so that's a good thing. Let me adjust the trim again. I know this is not ideal to like keep switching between scenes, between the cockpit and virtual cockpit, but that's the only way I can adjust the trim on this thing. Come on, get back down to the glide slope.
Sync rate.
Plane's not happy with me. Outer marker. I'm gonna keep flying straight for a while before I actually get into my turn. That way I can tighten up my turn.
500.
Okay, here we go.
400. Bank angle.
Oops. That's fine. Oh, was that the stall horn that just came on?
300.
There we go.
200.
Get my nose back down.
200. 200.
Watch my airspeed.
100. Minimums 50, 40, 30,
Whoops.
20, 10,
Just slam it down. I'm not going to flare anymore.
10,
Get back on center line, please. Okay, there we go. Let me just turn off the high-speed taxiway. Oh, my heart was actually pumping this time. Okay, let's turn off the taxiway, and then we'll see how we did. Turn off the runway, sorry. Turn off to the taxiway. Okay. What was that? 120
don't
seconds?
sink.
Okay, there we have it.
500. 400.
By the way, at Kitec, if your bank angle warning turns on, that's alright.
300.
That's usually what happens.
200. 200. 100.
Correcting for a crosswind,
Minimum 50,
so it wasn't entirely
40,
level.
30,
Got bounced
20,
around right before the landing.
10,
Whoops. Oh, that was so close to touching down, actually.
10.
Alright. There you go. And then I was kind of drifting a little bit. That was some really decent what do you call it? Side load. Now let's just watch it from whatchamacallit. Tail view. Oh yeah, by the way, this plane sounds really weird during instant replays. I don't know why. Oh, thank you.
500.
Nice landing.
400.
You like to turn shallower earlier and shallower. That's true. Yeah, most people tend to do that, yes.
300.
I tend to be a little bit more crazy. My preference is usually to line up with the runway as soon as I can. And so I would easily go to 30 degrees bank
100.
angle or above.
Minimum 50, 40, 30, 20, 10,
How did I end up, like,
10.
yawing the other direction that much? Oh well. I'll try again. We'll try again. You want to do a view from the wing? We can do that. See what the perspective is like from your guys' perspective.
$500,
There we go.
$400,
That does not look concerning at all. Not one bit.
$300,
There's a soccer field. And then we lined up. Relatively straight once we cross the
200.
highway.
$200, $100, Minimum 50, 40, 30, 20, 10, 10.
Oh, by the way, something I want to mention about this plane. Another thing I modified about the I went to the aircraft CFG and modified some stuff. The landing gear actually compresses properly now. Let me just show you this real quick. I know I've been replaying this thing over and over again. Let's just go to 90 seconds. In case some of you guys missed it earlier, I modified the wing flex that actually flexes more. And I also modified the gear so that it compresses
100.
properly. Let me see if
Minimums 50,
you guys can see
40,
that.
30, 20, 10,
Oh, almost.
10.
There we go. That's proper compression. Wait, Busan has something similar? Well, that had a circle land approach, I see. Is it just as difficult as Kai Tak? Alright. How much fuel do we have remaining? Oh, we have plenty. Okay. You know, originally I was gonna show you guys like what let's turn down the wind speed to 0 this time. Cause originally I was gonna show you like what Cathay usually does and what like new pilots usually do. Maybe I can still do that. There are unique styles to Kai Tak in general. Depending on like what type of pilot is flying. Some people like to approach Kai Tak a lot more shallower. Oh, some people go to way steeper bank angle. And some people just don't do it right. So I'm actually gonna show you guys like what a lot of new pilots tend to do. Contrary to popular belief, it's been spread around that like, oh, to land at Kai Tak you need extra training. That's not exactly the case. There are definitely pilots who flew to Kai Tak who tried the approach for the first time only in real life. In particular, the foreign pilots. So the first time they did the approach was in real life, and some of them did not exactly execute it in the best way possible. So let's just take off from 1-3, and then we'll head back over to Chengzhou. By the way, one thing interesting about the flight campus scenery is that by default, if you select like if you select your airport and select active runway, you actually end up on runway 31 for takeoff. Oh, should have replayed with my right wing. Yeah, I'll do that this time. Or sorry, left wing. My old FS 2004 videos were gone. Yes. I was not very proud of that thing. So I took it down. It also had a copyrighted music, so I didn't really like that. So once again, we're just gonna take off, fly back over to Chengzhou, and then loop back around and do another approach. This is, after all, supposed to be a stream for Kai-Tak, after all. Oh wow, I just selected flaps 10 and went all the way up to flaps 5 for a second. Going back up to 5,000 feet. Actually kind of like that. That's nice, but I don't know, I felt extremely awkward in that video. You guys may have been able to tell. I did not like that video one bit after I made it. I kept it up there because I didn't want to like do self-censorship stuff. But in reality, deep inside, I didn't like it. I don't think I really described the approach accurately. I actually had a script making that video, and most of that stuff just fell through. Like, I didn't read it through properly. Okay, let's get up to 240 knots. I'm curious how many approaches we can do today. Probably just 2, now that I think about it. Yeah. You do know what I mean. That's right. I don't think I really described the approach well this time either. But, I mean, I guess I'm going to describe it a little bit. Let me take a look. FYI, so as part of the approach for Kai-Tak, we fly over Chengzhou. Chengzhou was actually one of the candidates of replacing Kai-Tak early on. And it was turned down. Oops, heading hold, sorry. Missed that. 270. Kai-Tak, along with a few other islands, I think Stonecutters was another one, another candidate. Lama Island was also another. There were a whole bunch of candidates for replacing Kai-Tak back in the 1950s, but because of budgetary constraints and the fact that all those candidates are really far away from Hong Kong or too close to populated areas, I decided to just keep the old Kai-Tak, just make the runway a little longer and build an entire new terminal. And to be honest, at the end of all of it, like what they ended up doing instead of replacing Kai-Tak was building a new Kai-Tak in like almost the exact spot, but with the longer runway and a new terminal with the same old weird approach. They actually originally Kai-Tak had 2 runways. We have runway 1331 and 0725. The old runway 1331 was further inland and had the pilots go over a whole bunch of hills that the new Kai-Tak did not have to do. But in order to make the new Kai-Tak work, they actually had to demolish like an entire hill. And where is that hill, you may ask? Well, let's just say that the checkerboard that we all know and love today, that is the remaining stub of that hill that once stood there. And that's kind of why they decided to paint a checkerboard on there, just so that they don't crash pilots don't crash into the remaining stub of the hill. Alright. Once again, making our turn over the new airport. By the way, I think like originally the approach for Kai Tak when the new runway was first constructed, pilots actually had to fly over like Victoria Harbor, like following the harbor itself, before actually making their like I think a 270-degree turn to runway 13. By the time Kai Tak closed, like nobody had to do that. They had the IGS to follow. It was far easier. The other approach, I believe, was actually to overfly Zhao at like really low altitude, onwards to Stonecutter's Island, before like seeing, okay, could I actually see the checkerboard? And if you can actually land at Kai Tak then. If you can't, then you need to divert somewhere else, like Taipei or Kaohsiung. At the time, I think back in the 1950s, Kaohsiung, somewhere in Taiwan, was like the closest alternative to Hong Kong. And that really sucks. If you like fly all the way to Hong Kong and then to realize, like, oh, you can't actually land there. You have to fly all the way to Taiwan as an alternate. Yeah, that sucks. And then before Kai Tak actually closed, there's already a few other airports around, such as Shenzhen Airport and Macau Airport, and Guangzhou, of course. All those like Shenzhen and Guangzhou were only accessible like after all the Cultural Revolution stuff in China. Okay, turn off heading hold, and I'm just gonna turn off autopilot in general and speed. So this time around, I'm gonna show like what like new pilots usually do at Kai Tak. It's a shallow approach, and it may intentionally mess up just to emphasize like what usually happens when people are landing at Kai Tak for the first time. And I'm not talking about flight sim, by the way, I'm talking about real life. A lot of pilots, once again, the first time they tried the Kai Tak approach was in real life, and a lot of them actually messed up. Not so much that something catastrophic happened, but enough so that it caught the attentions of like plane spotters. Yeah, there we go. Was the VOR like approach like DME still in existence by the time Kai Tak was closed? Oops, I came in really high this time and just lose all that altitude. And we need to deploy spoilers as well.
Sink rate.
Yeah, that's fine. 2,000 feet per minute, that's fine.
Sink rate.
Just trying to intercept the glide slope. Hello, you're back. Gear down. Close enough to 3,000. Flaps 10. Yeah. You cleared a whole bunch of... I can't say that on air, for obvious reasons. A whole bag of milk cartons. Huh.
2,500.
Oh yeah, and by the way, we're actually approaching with like no wind this time. So it should not be a challenge. My entire face is on the line. Yes, there is a picture of a Korean Air 747 doing 50-degree angle. And a Air France one as well. Air France 744 like doing 50 degrees. That's like... And then of course there's the Korean Air 744 like doing that crazy turn above the runway. Kai Tak was a spotter's paradise. Not just for the close proximity, but also because you're bound to see planes do some weird stuff. Come on, get back down. There we go, that's better. So here's the shallow approach. Here's the style that I guess some people like, as well as like what the I guess the pilots who first like fly into Kai Tak.
500.
See if I can actually do a shallow bank.
400. 300.
Whoops. That was still like 20 degrees. That wasn't very shallow. Oh well.
100. Minimums 50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
There we go. I would want to look to see how soft that landing was. I think we were stuck at like 17 feet for a bit, which is, I believe, the altitude in which like my first wheels actually touched down. Let's take a look.
Don't sink.
Don't sink. I'm right on flight slope.
500.
I don't think I banked enough
400.
this time. Good afternoon.
300.
Hello, Takeoff Aviation. You know, a fun way I usually use to judge how good the approach was, or how bad, is by the time we cross a terminal, where are we level? We're sort of level this time. Not entirely.
100.
If this is like beyond 10 degrees of bank,
Minimums 50,
then there's some
40.
problems.
30, 20, 10.
Ooh. And we kind of went off the center line slightly. There we go. Most recent time we flew into Kai Tak was ridiculously smooth. That's exactly what we're looking for, though. Let me take a look at that. I'm just like milking myself now, but I just want to see, was that how the wheels performed that time. It's always the same issue for me though. Like when I land a kite tag,
100.
keeping on the center line is always an issue.
Minimums 50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
There you go. Everything except, well, the center line. Yeah, that's a problem. That's right. It's all down to the contact points, really. That's what it really down to. Now, if you guys are interested, I can upload like the updated contact points for this. All right. I'm gonna do one more approach and show you like what I usually do at Kitec. Like just 30 degrees of bank angle, or 45 or 50, whatever I feel like. Can I just back taxi on this runway? Tower won't mind. It's not like Kitec's the busy airport or anything like that. Hello. Hello, Hong Kong. Or, you're saying Hong Kong. Maybe you are from Hong Kong. Oh yeah, another thing I modified about the plane is traction. Because the default 747, the default Project Open Sky 747 does terrible turning on the runway, turning on the ground. It's like it just slides around. There's no friction whatsoever, no traction. And I can show you the updated aircraft.cfg for that if you like. Alright. Trim, everything's trimmed out? I think we're at 4 degrees trim. Virtual cockpit. And go. And yes, all these takeoffs they're just an excuse for me to keep hearing the takeoff roar. In real life, they don't follow the center line much either. Kinda hard, yeah. That's a problem. Am I gonna do the new flight sim? Maybe. I have a feeling next time it might be the new flight sim. Oh, and thank you. It's you again. Thank you, thank you. Looks are subjective. Well, it's great to have a fellow Hong Konger over here, playing around with Hong Kong's most famous airport. Oops, a little bit. Thrust doesn't have to be at 93%. And once again, we're flying over to Chengzhou and then looping back around. Oh, I think a lot of people fell off our airplane or something. Whoopsie, vertical speed, I forgot to set that. Don't mind me, just a novice pilot. Not even a pilot, I'm just doing this for fun. What's my favorite plane? That would be the 777. Which is unusual because so many people like quad jets or something like that. Or the A380. Hello, yeah, Avia. 2D Avid or 2 David? Could be either way. Oops, my airspeed is wonky. Get back to 240 knots. I'm gonna overfly Choctaw. Yep, there we go. That little island down there is Choctaw, by the way. Nice little happy little town. Full of pilots and retired people. It's a great resort away from the rest of Hong Kong. They have flight sim? Oh wow. You can take off with 60%, 63% N1? How's that possible? Is the 787 that overpowered? I'm assuming you've been flying like that's an 800, not an 800, -8. That's the right terminology. It's not navigation, I need heading hold. %63% M1. Although I do know that the 787-8 is rated for like shorter runways. Oh yeah, lots of people like the MD-11. A lot do. You know, this brings up the question: when Boeing do their paint flights, when they're ferrying like out of Portland, do they do like 100% M1 or do they do derated? Because it sounds like they're taking off with high thrust, even though it doesn't seem like they actually need it. The 787 and 777s are both overpowered. Along with the 75. I wonder if the A350 is overpowered. Alright, let's turn our heading over to 030 once again. My mouth is getting dry. Good luck landing. Thank you. I shall need it. Okay, so what type of landing have we done? We've done the Cathay style approach, which is what we did first time around. Then we did this, like, I don't know what you call it, the foreigner or the smooth approach, which turned out to be a little bit rougher than the standard 10 or 20 degrees bank that we were looking for. So now I guess I'm going to be doing my style, which is banking like crazy. Yep, that's the thing. It does sound like 100%, I agree. I guess they have all the reason to, because they're Boeing, they have plenty of money. They don't mind if they burn it all on needlessly powerful takeoffs. Oh, Gemini's Jets, you're back. Alright. Spoilers aren't. And autopilot off. Airspeed, we could reduce that. Auto throttle off. How long till we butterize? We buttered last time. I think like 10 minutes ago. We'll see if we can butter this time. There we go. It's part of the flight testing. That's true. That's right. There's some stuff they have to run through. Oh, thank you. I have a very soothing voice. Not exactly the voice required to make things interesting, though. This is kind of like ASMR, really. I think I cut my turn too tight this time. Lining up with the IGS. Oh wow, 264. No, that's not good. There we go. Get it back down. How do I end up to the right of the localizer? That doesn't make any sense. More flaps, slow us down. Do your thing, flaps. I'll just pull out my landing gear now. Okay, so once again, I'm going to approach my style. That means flying really far to the left of the localizer. Not so far left that people start complaining about the noise, but also further to the left in the Cathay approach. Cathay style approach. Let me trim this out correctly. The plane has a nose down tendency now. 4 degrees. That's good. Crank that airspeed back up. I don't want to stall. One thing I want to mention, by the way, before we leave Kai Tak for good, the two tallest buildings you see, the IFC and the ICC, those did not exist back when Kai Tak was here. So, oh whoa, that scared me for a bit. I thought it broke. So we're really far off to the left this time, which is exactly what we're looking for. By the way, if you guys are wondering like who actually does this type of approach, there's one video of one plane that's done this very thing that I'm about to do, and that's Malaysia Airlines, like a Malaysia Airlines 747. You guys can probably search it up online on YouTube. It's this Malaysia Airlines plane that's really way off to the distance, like kissing the mountains, and then going into a really steep 45-degree bank angle turn. And I saw that a few times, and I just thought, I'm just gonna do that. You know, screw following the IGS. I get to make my own. Okay, everything is set. Okay. Flying right towards the hill, as I'm supposed to. I'm gonna turn really, really late. Go into the steepest bank I can probably afford. Here we go.
500.
Don't sink.
Bank angle.
Bank angle, that's fine.
Bank angle.
There we go. Lined up. Push it back down.
$300.
Let that plane drift back to the left.
200.
Came in high though. Whoops.
200.
Well, that's what I do to line up really early.
100. Minimums 50, 40, 30, 20,
And I floated. Whoops.
10.
There we go. We sort of followed the center line this time, though. There we go. Alright. There's that. Turn off the runway. And there you go. That's what I usually do at Kitech. Just go into the steepest thing you can possibly do. If you do it correctly, the bank angle warning is going to come out. But you would not end up in the
Don't
ground.
sink.
Whoops, I should probably pull that back a little further. 120 seconds. Oh yeah, I completely forgot about looking from the left wing. I'll do that right after this. That butter though, yes. Yeah, let's pull out that view. Like this. I didn't do exactly what
500.
that Malaysia Airlines 747 did.
400.
But the angle was about
400.
right. And I was definitely slamming my rudder left and right for this.
300.
Hey, isn't this fun? The tail light
200.
is just slightly off. Just knows that.
100. Minimum 50. 40. 30. 20. 10.
There we go. Still off the center line. That's alright though. What can you say? It's Kitech. Somebody requested the left wing, so I'm gonna put that back in right now. 120 seconds. It's probably really loud actually. This is the loudest view, like, from all the angles. There
500.
we go, there's that turn. I cranked up the throttle because
400.
this plane loses a lot of speed at like really high
400.
bank angles. There we go.
300. 200. 200.
And we were level. We were level by the time we passed the terminal. That's good.
100.
Plane spotters didn't catch
Minimums
anything.
50. 40. 30. 20. 10.
Settle it down. There we go. That was good. Alright. Let me see. Because I think now that we're done with Kitech, we're gonna fly off to Macau and do that approach. That'll set us up for what we'll do next in the next stream, I guess. Whatever that is. Do you guys happen to know what the frequency is for the I think they do DME, is that right? They do not call it IGS. And we have enough fuel to fly there, is that correct? Yeah, we do. We're fine. Macau. I prefer the AU. I've seen it spelled both ways, but I think most popular is the AU. At least that's what they do on Wikipedia. And I just follow Wikipedia. I'll let Wikipedia set the course of human history. Lining up with 1-3. There we go. Is that line up 100? Almost. Okay, let me just look up the approach charts for this. Unless you guys have the frequency for it, which I don't. Somewhere in here. Come on. Don't mind me looking through some stuff. There we go. Yeah, so I'm gonna approach, what is this? Runway 16. It also has an offset glide slope. Ooh, we were rolling that whole time. Whoops. Probably should have set the brakes instead. .7 is the frequency. Gear up. Oh, something about this plane. This requires like a lot of rudder coordination. When I was flying the 777 and 737, it didn't have this thing. Like when you banked in a 777 and 737, the planes got fly coordinated. Not so the 747 for some reason. Probably something Project Open Sky should fix. Flaps all the way up, and let's just dial in 111.7 right now. What's the proper approach altitude? 2,500, but I'm gonna stay at 5,000 for now. Vertical speed, get that up to 2,000 feet per minute. Airspeed 250, please. Or 240 is fine, actually. And 250, you know what? I'll fly over to Chengdu once more, and then fly to whatever proper heading I should be for Macau. Actually, you know what? I actually need to overfly the Chalapok Airport in order to line up with their DME. By the way, Macau does use localizer DME for runway 16. And in case, like, I guess, like, there's not many of you here, but Macau uses, like, a similar system to Kai Tak. In fact, I think their decision height is roughly the same. For Kai Tak, it's 600 feet. Macau is 700. And they also have the offset, glide slope and localizer. That's about the same angle. I think over at Macau is actually a little bit more steep turn. Okay. So we need to go to a heading of like... I think this is about right. Let's set our heading over to 270. That should allow us to intercept the localizer. And let's descend down to 2,500, where we actually should intercept everything. Maybe 1,000 feet per minute. How long till we land? I thought we already landed a few times. No? This will be our final landing for a day, though. Yes. It is already roughly 12. We should be pretty soon. Yeah, I don't mind us just doing circuits around Kai Tak. I'm pretty sure the controllers were completely happy with that. I think though, like, Cathay, I've seen a few of their training videos landing at Macau. I'm curious if they actually use Macau as like a training, like, that's their go-to place whenever they're training their new pilots. Kind of like when I was flying with Hillsborough Aviation, our go-to airports were like Independence and I think up in Centralia there's something. But I remember flying over to Independence State a lot during my training. Alright. When will we intercept a localizer? Should be in about 5 minutes or so. And let's actually put everything down. Spoilers. What is that thing? 30%? 29 works, I think. 30, just for safety. intercepting anything yet, are we? You know, I just realized, is this approach even in Flight Sim? Yeah, it should be, okay. And we're flying right towards where we should be. That's good. The last thing I would want is to realize I'm flying an approach that does not exist. Okay, I'm gonna reduce my thrust and do flaps down. Flaps 1. Down. Autopilot off.
2,500.
Oops. Am I not intercepting the glide slope yet? I should be in the right frequency. 111.7, right? Yeah. Does it show on here? Localizer, DME. I should be right. If anything, we'll just fly visual. Oh, actually, no, I picked it up. And I'm actually overshooting it slightly. Slightly. Put it lightly. Dumping all. Yeah, there you go. I got it. Yeah, I was expecting like a regular glide slope. So when the vertical marker didn't kick in, I was like, what? What's going on? There we go. 271 heading? Whoops. Oh well. Kind of descending a little too quickly. Airspeed. That's fine, I already got the runway in sight. Oh, right. Right in my A pillar. That's perfect. Exactly what I need. Go. Now, I've actually never flown into Macau like in Flight Sim, so I don't exactly know how to do the approach properly. And look at that. I'm approaching
500.
like I'm a... Like I don't know how to approach at Kai Tak.
400. $300.
Off the center line. Whoops.
200. 100. Minimum 50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
Whoopsie. Could have flared a little better. Oops. Was that bounce? That was. Okay. Good thing is this runway is way longer. Don't have to worry about stuff. I do not have to worry about ending up on Wikipedia. And there we have it. For new viewers, by the way, All that clicking sound. That's from the brakes. Alright. Let's turn off the runway and we'll see how we did. And these things are not high-speed turn-offs, so I need to make extra room. Alright, here we go. Was it 120 seconds? Should be good enough. No, let's go back 140. That turn was longer than Kaitak's. Huh.
500.
And I completely approached it like a noob.
400.
I turned really early. And then straightened out and then turned a lot at the end.
300.
From afar it doesn't look too bad.
200.
Don't mind the lights a little bit off.
100.
Free wear.
Minimum 50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
Yeah. That wasn't the best. I definitely kind of forgot to flare at the end. That wasn't terrible, but given the fact that I don't think there's actually any wind at the moment, I probably should have corrected that title. But there was actually no wind, and that was the descent rate I got. Let's look at that from close up, shall we? Oops, nope. That is during the rollout. 90 seconds, good? Nope. Okay, that's way too soon. 111. Let's look from this angle. I like this angle better.
200. 100. Minimum 50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
Three bounces. 3 times the airport tax. Landing fee. I forgot you were here. And now you remember. Oops. That was an oops. Lol. Good night. Well, I don't know. Have a good day or something. Alright. Let's taxi to the gate and call it a day. Clean it up. Oh, that was fun. You know, one thing I did notice, like, while I was, like, doing all those approaches at Kaitak, like, the viewership just dropped by half. I guess not everybody's a fan of Kaitak. They're probably waiting for me to actually fly on to another airport now that I think of it. Yeah, well. Where What city am I at? Is that what you're asking? This is Macau, city next to Hong Kong. Macau is like basically the gambling capital of Asia. Kind of like Las Vegas times 10 in terms of income. Not at the moment though, because of all the COVID stuff. They did make a lot of money before that. Ah, that terminal looking beautiful there. Spazzy lights. Is it because like the building's overlapping or something? That has to be it. Look at that. It's got a mind of its own. What's the time? At my place, it's like 12:08. I don't know what exactly is the time in flight sim though. Falling off the center line slightly. Alright. I hope there's enough wing clearance, I hope. Between me and that building right there. Alright. Guess I'll just taxi to whatever this thing is. It has no gate number on there, so I wouldn't know. It looks awfully small though, that's slightly concerning. Oh, it's 12 AM over there. I see. 12-hour difference. Okay, that taxiway line seems to be off. I don't think I'm supposed to stop right here, because I'm still on the taxiway. I'll taxi further in. Just want to make sure my tail doesn't get nicked by like a 787. There we go. Oops. Yeah, I kind of have to do that. Kind of have to go into that red area. I don't think the flight simmers did the taxiway lines correctly. It's not supposed to be this close. Oh well, whatever. Alright, shut this thing down. Lights off, and let's see if the door actually works. There you go, it works. Nice. Cool. Oh, hello guy from India. Hello from Portland. I guess we'll call this a day. Joined right on time, I guess. Alright. Well, thanks for joining again. Well, 747s aren't supposed to park there, are they? I've seen a 787 parked here, which is, I mean, not too far off from like a 747 in terms of length. Where is the 747 supposed to park? Oh, all the way over there? Whoops. Oh well. Whatever. I think these gates over here look a little better. I've also seen a 777 parked over here, but I don't think there is enough room over there either. Yeah, whatever. We'll figure it out next time. Until then, thanks for joining, guys. And I'll see you guys later.